Good morning, everybody. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Click the little bell. It's another morning. We're just lucky to be alive, lucky to be here. And I am happy to be here with you this morning. I hope you got your run in. I just got mine. I'm a little bummed out, but I'm happy. What happened today, we're going to talk more about pace. What happened today for me is, as I told you yesterday, I started using music. I started using music during my runs. Excuse me. I started using music during my runs, and today I picked up the pace. So yesterday we talked about pace. So today I put it into action. Today I went from a little bit under and over 16 minutes a mile to a little bit under 15 on my fastest consecutive. And that's even with the little short alleyway of walking. Because whenever I'm here talking to you, I'm in the alleyway. And what I do with my runs is I walk through the alleyway, get to the other side of the alleyway, and then I run from there all the way, the big way around. And the big way around is about 0.78 miles, I believe. 7.7 with the walk. So from that one alleyway to the other alley, the end.
Time 1 hour 7 minutes 20 seconds. Distance 4 miles. Average pace 16:50 per mile.
See, we only hit 4 miles really slow today, and that's because Monday? Yeah, Monday was real good. Remember, Monday was real good, and then Tuesday we had an okay day, and now today I felt good. So that's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna try some different. Music today, and I'm gonna try some faster music. So I did some stuff where you gotta, because we're still in pitter patter, of course. And then I did another one at 140 BPM, and that one I went like a real stride, like it was a good little stride. And all my stomach fat was all going everywhere. And I could hear my sweaty shirt. And it was funny because the music I was playing, like since I was running with the music, the fat from my stomach and the sweat from my shirt were like sloshing around to make a sound. And it was like, it was pretty funny. And that's what you gotta be, man. And we're going to talk about that later. But one of the good subjects to talk about is your fat. The fat you have on your body. You have to be grateful for your fat. There's a lot of people that they hate their fat. They hate their body. Why? You shouldn't. You need to look at your fat and you need to acknowledge it. And you need to say, I'm going to lose you. You and I are going to separate. And I'm not going to be fat anymore. You need to like jiggle the fat under your arms and feel that jiggle. And you want to know why that is? Because a lot of people don't want to face their fat. They don't want to acknowledge it. Like they want to pretend that the fat that they have isn't actually there. And they'll cover it up with clothes, or they'll think that a big shirt. And I mean, I was guilty of that. Plenty, you know? And I would hunch over really bad. I have a really bad hunch in my back because I used to like to hunch over my shoulders so I wouldn't look so fat. But then I ended up getting a hunchback. So it looked really bad. But that's for another video altogether. Getting back to the pace. Now, I had to admit it to myself after talking, after last week's videos, because I was only pitter-pattering. I was in the pitter-patter stage, and I couldn't quite break the 1540, I believe it was. I couldn't quite break that mile. Like, even when I was running, for 15 minutes straight, or however long, I believe the longest I ran recently was like 60 minutes and then 1 minute rest. But I couldn't break the 15, I think it was like 15:45. So I had to come to grips with myself, and I had to say, hey man, you need to use music. So that's what we did today. Today I did some tracks that were at 140 BPM, and that was for a good stride. And then I did one that's at like 168 or 172, I believe. And that one's for a fast pitter patter. And if you want to know what I mean by a pitter patter, go and watch David Goggins run. He runs like with his hands at his waist like that. And he runs like with perfect posture, straight up, and his hips are going forward. That dude runs perfectly. And that's what I mean by pitter patter. Because his feet are just like that. They're just going pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. But the thing is, he's literally touching the floor on the perfect spot. He's running on the perfect spot. His feet are hitting. His hips are straight. His back is straight. His stomach is tucked in. Oh, you know, and not to mention, the guy was I believe he was a fucking Navy SEAL or one of those hardcore military guys. So those dudes are hardcore, you know. He's one of the baddest dudes on the planet. But that guy knows how to run. And when I started like trying to figure out how to run as a fat guy, as a big guy that I am, bro, right now, the last time I weighed in, I'm 6'4", 327. So someone my size shouldn't be running how I do because it's bad for my knees. But my knees don't hurt. Why? Because I'm trying as friggin' hard as I can to use the perfect running style, perfect posture, perfect everything. And when I say pitter patter, that's what I mean. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Okay? And watch, when I say strides, I'm talking about like those Ethiopians. You seen those Ethiopians running the fucking New York Marathon and shit, where they're like, ta, 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 ta. Those dudes can run. Like, I see those guys running, I'm just like, I mean, but you know, they're also very small. They're really small. You know, I'm not talking about height. I think those dudes only weigh like 160 pounds. And that's what I said a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago, is that you keep running, you keep putting in the miles, your body is going to shrink. I'm not saying to fucking eat shit and to eat a bunch of junk, but you do need a lot of carbs because we're running here. This isn't lifting weights where you need protein. Like, yeah, your legs need to build, but you need more carbs for, what's the word? For stamina. You need more stuff like that, like BCAAs. I still haven't bought BCAAs. I need to buy some BCAAs. You need to have beta-alanine, that stuff for your muscles. Like, there are some chemicals that you do need. You know what I mean? But, and that's the thing for me, is I was a lifter my entire adult life. Like, yeah, dude, right now I'm 327, like I told you. Hopefully, God willing, a little bit less now because that was last week. Right now I'm 327. But even when I was a lot thinner in my younger days, dude, I was like 240 pounds, right? I couldn't run. I couldn't even get on the Stairmaster back then. I remember. I was 240 pounds of fucking muscle and fat and bodybuilder shit. Like, I'd be taking like a whole chicken for lunch. I'd be eating a whole chicken for lunch because I knew that that day was leg day. And back then I was doing deadlifts, squats, Romanian deadlifts, like leg day, you know, and then like bench and all that bullshit, right? Well, when you're living that life, you got to eat protein. Like, you got to eat a lot, like, so that way you can build. This life ain't about that, man. This life, like, yeah, you do need protein, but you need to get the right carbs. You need to stay away from fat, sugar. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that they eat sugar because they do a lot, but what I'm trying to do now is a banana before I go to bed. So that way when I wake up in the morning, you know, I got a little something in there and it's not a straight fucking fast, you know? But I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna go back to the original topic, which was pace. Remember that, thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for staying with me this long. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, because together we're going to get that 10-minute mile. Together, you and I are gonna get that fucking 10-minute mile. I promise you. And yeah, the pace. You have to remember that when you're coming out here, you're saying to yourself, what am I going to do today? And you're saying to yourself, well, what did I do yesterday? What kind of stuff did I do yesterday? How fast did I go yesterday? And then you say to yourself, what can I try barely different to go a little bit faster today? And that's where you choose a different song. You choose a faster song. You know, you try running a little bit faster. You know, you do just those small little incremental things to progress on your body. Okay? And you'll see it when you're out on the road. When you're out on the road and you're getting those miles in the way we are, you will feel it. And you'll be running and you're like, if I move my hip a little bit more forward, if I move my left hip a little bit more forward, then I get a hell of a lot easier momentum going forward. If I move my right shoulder down, it's easier for me, my right shoulder down, it's easier for me to move it back and forth to stay better momentum. Stuff like that. And it's those little things that you figure out. Same with your breathing. Once you start going faster, you're like, oh shit, I'm going faster, okay? So now I need to figure out the breathing. So then you say to yourself, okay, well, I'm gonna breathe in through the nose, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out. 1, 2, 3, you know, and you're gonna be counting or you're gonna be doing whatever, and you're gonna be realizing that not only can your body keep up the pace, but your body is actually outpacing your cardio. So your lungs are literally telling your body, hey, hold on. Because why? Your body's already strong enough. You see? So once you pick up that pace, no matter how you do it, whether it's by listening to music or, you know, doing the like military shit, you know, or you do something like that, or whatever you do to pick up the pace. Once you start doing that, you're going to see. You are. And we're going to do this together. And I'm telling you right now, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to get a 10-minute mile. I am going to get a 10-minute mile. So thank you for staying with me on this one. It's a Wednesday morning run. And remember, even if you're tired, come out here and do it. Because that's what makes you progress. All right? So I love you all. Thank you for staying with me this long. Thank you for being with me on this series. And let's get running tomorrow right again. Thank you for liking and subscribing. We will catch you next time.